This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
After a tornado struck a shopping center in our area, we'll find out which stores were impacted by the natural disaster. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Friday. I'm John Eric Polite, in tonight for Ken Kara. This is SSPTV News in high definition on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and in standard definition on Channel 13. Remember to subscribe to our SSPTV YouTube channel so you never miss a news story. Now for your headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The EF2 tornado that touched down in Wilkes-Barre Township Wednesday night has left behind more than $18 million in damage. This morning I was there as Wilkes-Barre Township Police Chief Ronald Smith talked with reporters about the destruction. 23 businesses were damaged, with 8 of those being condemned. The chief was asked when things will return to normal.
To be honest with you, things will never be actually back to normal because there's a lot of destruction here. It's more destruction I've ever seen in my life. And some buildings are total loss. Now the thing is, the total dollar figure, from what I understand, is over $18 million, which was the state's threshold for, without knowing exactly what the dollar figure is. I won't know until we get insurance assessments back from the individual property owners. But it's massive. It's actually massive. I can't even fathom it. There are certain stores that were minimally affected that power can be restored to when they get open as they please. How they're going to open is going to be piecemeal. And that's actually up to the property owner and the store owner. When they open, when they staff, if it's safe. The parking lots are being cleared, debris. The vehicles that were depicted yesterday that were destroyed have been mostly removed. There's some of these buildings up there. There is a U-Haul vehicle inside of a structure, and just something to give you an idea of some of the damage. It's going to take a while, to fully recover, a long while. And like I said, I don't think we'll actually ever fully recover, only because of the demolition that has to be done. And a lot of business owners have to decide whether they're going to rebuild here.
Chief, 2 questions for you. When Mundy Street reopens,
Yes.
Your message to drivers?
Cautious, all right, and it's open as a thorough way, but because none of the businesses are opening, well, the mall is open, of course. But if I were them for a few days until things get back to somewhat normal, where everything is secure, to stay out of the areas that were affected. Mundy Street as a throughway, they can traverse, but after that, it's going to be dangerous. Some of the places are still dangerous, and that's why we're doing assessments to see what's secure, what's not secure. We're going to talk to business owners to ensure that they know they're responsible to secure it. And if they cannot secure it, then they're going to have to hire private security because we're losing resources, as time goes on, and we cannot continue the operation the way we had the first couple of days. So ultimately, it's a business responsibility, property owners' responsibility.
The businesses that have been condemned are up on your screen. You can find a complete list of damaged businesses on our Facebook page. The chief advised shoppers to call a business to make sure they are open before heading out. He also wanted to put to rest any rumors saying that there are no guns or diamonds that were scattered in the storm and that everything was safe and sound. Meanwhile, UGI is still working to correct a gas leak that was triggered by the storm. Caution is advised when traveling near the site. On a positive note, one nearby shopping mall had power and was back for business today. This was the scene this morning at the Wyoming Valley Mall. A post on social media stated that the Wyoming Valley Mall was reopening for normal hours today from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. Yesterday, Governor Tom Wolf toured the destruction left behind by Wednesday's tornado. The governor was amazed that no one was severely injured, and he was impressed by the quick response of the community.
That storm was so powerful. I think the National Weather Service is saying, 130-mile-an-hour winds. You can see the devastation just by a quick tour around there that many of you took. But I think there are two things that we really need to be thankful for. The first is that so few people were hurt, and that the 6 people who were hurt, the injuries were really minor. And that is a miracle, given the devastation that happened here. Second thing is, it just shows once again the virtues and the power of the local emergency responders. I was talking to the FEMA director, Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency, and we're all set to help. Folks from the feds are here, but all of them were saying how much was already done, heroic work by the local emergency responders. Volunteer, the folks who do this, it's their profession, but this was really amazing.
The governor also praised businesses who had made contributions to help those that were affected get back on their feet. Well, tonight, sit back and relax and enjoy an all-new episode of The Girls. Janine and Deb are back at the beautiful Nescopec State Park.
But what exactly is there at this particular site in Honey Hole?
Yeah, as I mentioned, Hickory Run is a complex of Hickory Run Park, Lehigh Gorge, and Nescopec Park. And the most well-known is Hickory Run, but Nescopec offers, where we're at right now, offers a lot of good things too. We have Lake Francis down here, which is good for trout. And fishing all summer long. We have a nature center right here with exhibits and an educational classroom, and then beyond that's an outdoor discovery area where kids can learn to play with natural materials and do things like that. And there's 19 miles of hiking trails here at Nescopec, so even though it's less well known, it's a good park to come out to. It's a very nice park.
The girls also get a lesson on geocaching on the special outdoor adventure. Tune in tonight at 9 p.m. or watch anytime with their SSPTV app or at ssptv.com. For all of our SSPTV programming, remember to pick up the TV Weekly inserted in each Sunday edition of the Standard Speaker, and don't forget to clip out the money-saving coupons as well. Well, still ahead on SSPTV News, Dave Seaman is back in our studios for a special Major League edition of Dave Day. And after this break, we'll go to the Hazleton Animal Shelter for a brand new Adopt Me segment. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We're here at 105 The River inside Mohegan-Sun Pocono, and I'm being joined by Alan Stout, who's celebrating 25 years of covering rock and roll throughout northeastern Pennsylvania. And not only just covering throughout northeastern Pennsylvania, but you've covered a lot of big bands that are known all over the place. Like, for example, the Rolling Stones. Tell me about them.
Oh man, Stones. I saw the Stones 4 times. 3 of them were at the old Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. But the first time I saw the Stones was actually at Trump Plaza in Atlantic City, and it was like a 6,000 seat venue. And you know, the Stones usually played like 65, 70,000. They played football stadiums. Mm-hmm. But somehow they got this casino gig at Atlantic City, and that was amazing to see a band like that. You know, I guess at the time was probably the smallest venue they had played in decades.
I'm just going to go off on a limb and say that it was sold out.
Yeah, it was sold out. It was towards the end of their Steel Wheels tour. I wasn't even covering music at the time. I was still like thinking college when I saw that one. But 3 times I actually reviewed the Stones and went as a journalist. That first time when they played the 6,000, I was just hanging out as a fan, and obviously I went back 3 more times, so they're obviously pretty good. Last time I saw them at the Vet was probably the best, though. I mean, they just sounded incredible. They are really something.
And I hear from people all the time that see the Stones in concert. They always say that Mick Jagger is incredible up on the stage. He's such a great entertainer. So
he is.
Yeah, tell me about him. Like, what was it like seeing him up there and doing his thing?
He's everything you've seen on TV. He prances and dances and sings his heart out. I find myself when I go to see the Stones watching Keith Richards just as much. I just find him to be such a fascinating character, and I love the way he plays guitar. And I really feel Like, I really feel like the Rolling Stones are Keith Richards' band. I know Mick Jagger is the face of the band, but I think that Keith is the glue. And he writes a lot of those songs too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, a lot of those riffs,
okay.
and so he is. There's this great scene in a documentary by the Rolling Stones where they're in the studio recording the song "Mixed Emotions," which is a pretty famous song from around '89, and the video shows Keith teaching Mick the song. I mean, literally, like, the words and everything. And so, yeah, I'm a big Keith Richards fan.
All right, Alan, I want to keep it in, I guess, Great Britain here with David Bowie, a legend there. And did you see him play and cover him, or just see him play?
I interviewed David and I saw him play. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So what was he like as a person?
He was a really charming, warm guy, and that surprised me because if you see Bowie in old videos, particularly from the 70s, and he almost came off a little stoic and aloof, and I wasn't expecting him to be an interview where we'd be laughing a lot and having a good time and kidding around. And I remember the one time, I guess he's kind of known as a rock and roll chameleon because he changed his image so much, kind of like Madonna does. And I was about to say that. I was supposed to call him a chameleon. I was about to call him that. And he knew what I was going to say. He's like, don't you say it, don't you say it. And I said it. And we both just start laughing. And, when you get an opportunity to interview someone like that, and then a couple of years ago when no one even knew he was sick. He passed away. You cherish those interviews. You're glad to have them on tape. And I have a couple like that now from Ray Charles and B.B. King and Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots. These people aren't with us anymore. And so to have a conversation with them about their music and have that preserved, and a lot of these are up on YouTube now that people can listen to, means a lot to me. I'm very fortunate, very fortunate.
Yeah, definitely. And I am a big David Bowie fan, so I wish I would have that opportunity. He was such a great legend.
Great. He was calling. We did the interview on the phone. He was calling from Pittsburgh, I remember, and I think he may have even been on the bus on tour. He called me from the bus on the road, and we had a great conversation. You listen on YouTube if you want to. It's up there.
Definitely. And well, thank you, Alan, for everything here. And Alan's not going anywhere. He'll be back with another segment here celebrating the 25 years of rock and roll music in NEPA.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Well, it was a beautiful day out, and it appears that things are going to stay nice. Now here's your weather from the National Weather Service. Tonight will be clear with a low around 52. Then on to the 4-day outlook. Saturday will be sunny with a high near 78. Saturday night there will be a chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 a.m., but otherwise partly cloudy with a low of 61. On Father's Day, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, but it's only a 20% chance, so things should be all right for your plans. Most of the day will be partly sunny with a high near 84. Sunday night, be mostly cloudy with the low around 69. Then on Monday, it'll be a great day to call off work and lay around your pool with sunny skies and a high near 90 degrees. Monday night, temperatures will drop with partly cloudy skies and a low around 68. Tuesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high near 81, and Tuesday night, a chance of showers mostly cloudy with a low around 61 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High Food Drive-In, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop by for our ice cream and yogurt, now featuring fat-free, no sugar-added soft frozen yogurt with flavors like vanilla, strawberry, and strawberries and cream. We also have burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more.
For daily hours, call 570-455-5362.
That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton, and like us on Facebook.
And now time for your midday winning lottery numbers. Pick 2, 33, pick 3, 102, your pick 4, 1819, and your pick 5, 72278. All right, now it's time for everyone's favorite segment on SSPTV News, Adopt Me.
Hello again. Here I have with me Junior. Junior is an approximately 6 to 8 month old Chihuahua mix who, like all of our dogs, is current on all of his vaccines, including rabies and distemper shot. He's also been neutered, tested for heartworm and Lyme disease, and has come up negative for both diseases, and he's also microchipped. Junior is very affectionate as well as active. We recommend somebody who's had a dog before, especially because of his age. That's it for this week's dog. Let's have a look at our cats. And here I have with me Sparta. Sparta is an approximately 3.5 to 4 month old kitten and a new addition to our female colony. Like all of our cats up for adoption, she's already been spayed, made current on her vaccines, including her rabies and feline distemper. She's also been tested for feline leukemia and FIV and has come up negative for both diseases. Little Sparta here is also microchipped. Here at the shelter, she seems to do well with the other cats in the colony, so we think she'd fit in pretty well in a household that has cats already. Most cats her age are more playful. This little one is barely inquisitive and more likes to be held and cuddled. Despite her age, she's really more affectionate than playful. That's it for this week's Pets. If anybody at home is interested in Junior, Sparta here, or any of the other animals we have up for adoption, please come on down to the Hazleton Animal Shelter here at 101 North Poplar Street.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
All right, well, it's Dave Day Major League Baseball edition. And Dave, let's just get right into it. Hometown hero Joe Madden, him and the Cubbies, they are red hot right now, Dave.
Yeah, the Cubs have played great baseball probably since the middle of May. One of the best records, not only in the National League but in the major leagues. They're in a tight race with the Milwaukee Brewers, who they've played this week. Other teams like the Cardinals and the Pirates are going to be battling them too. But Cubs have the experience. Obviously, they have the talent, and they have a manager who's been there before. And what Joe talked about when he was in town a week or so ago, that he's looking forward to being involved in another pennant race. And they haven't had many injuries this year like they did last year. So the Cubs are, and I think they're a little hungry too. Last year they got beat by the Dodgers at Wrigley Field in the playoffs too, and the Cubs think it's theirs to go. It's there for the taking, and again, if the Cubs get there, it would be no surprise to me.
And now, Dave, let's talk about another red-hot team, the New York Yankees. They've been playing arguably the best baseball since the beginning of May up until now. They're red-hot, and it appears that it's going to be another year where it's the Yankees and Red Sox battling it out for the AL East.
Yeah, Yankees and Red Sox fans, rejoice, and baseball fans too. I mean, I'm not a fan of either team, but if you are a fan of either team, or if you're a baseball fan, when the Yankees and the Red Sox are good, it's better for baseball and it's better for the sports world, because going into July and August, the dog days, when you see those two teams at the top of the standings, good things are in store for later on in the season too, when it's really, really important. That being the postseason, obviously. But both teams are loaded. Both teams can hit the ball like crazy, and it's going to come down to which team pitches the ball better, because like we said, both teams can hit. Both have young talent too, and both have proven veterans. So we'll see what happens.
And then if you're in a spot, too, like the Yankees and Red Sox, or even the Cubs right now who are chasing the Brewers, and that's probably going to be a race right down to the end, too, you could still sneak in and make that wild card spot. The only problem when you get in that wild card spot, though, that's a single elimination, and that is really tough when you don't have a series.
Well, what's crazy this year is you might have a team like the Houston Astros, who I still think might be the best team in the American League, playing a team like the Yankees or the Red Sox in that one-game win-or-go-home scenario, and that'll make it very, very interesting, because we all know that the Astros rallied past the Yankees last year to get into the in the World Series last year, and they ended up winning the World Series. So the Astros are proven too, and the Yankees and Red Sox could be battling each other out, and the Indians are perennial playoff team at this juncture. But the team I think you got to watch for is Houston, because Houston is really, really good.
And Dave, I don't want to leave out your Dodgers here, because if anyone doesn't know, Dave's a huge Dodgers fan. Dave, your Dodgers, kind of a rough start to the year, but things have now settled down. They're playing good baseball, and now they're in a race too, with Diamondbacks are in first, but really that whole division's close together.
Yeah, the Dodgers, they struggled the first few months, and like other teams, they've had injuries. Diamondbacks have had injuries. Dodgers have lost their whole pitching staff basically, for the first 2 months, but somehow they patch it together. Whether it's like relief pitchers going 2 innings every day, they've been able to do it. Now the hitting's gotten really good and really hot over the last few weeks. Jock Peterson's been hitting the ball like crazy, and they have a rookie by the name of Max Muncy who's been really outstanding. Yasiel Puig's been hitting the ball a little bit better. And that's without Corey Seager too. They lost him for the whole season this year. He's their star shortstop. But a team again that's been there before, and you got to like those teams coming down, in the stretch of the season, because they know what it takes to get there, and we'll see what happens the rest of the year.
Yeah, and also, too, once you get into that postseason, it doesn't matter what your record is during the regular season. But, Dave, I want to end with the MLB trade deadline. That is July 31st. And, Dave, obviously, every year, you look forward to this. Who's getting traded? Who's going to be on a new team, on a championship contender team? Who are some names that you think come July 31st are going to be wearing a different uniform on a team that's going to be in the hunt for a championship?
Oh, I think Manny Machado, definitely the Orioles shortstop or third baseman. The Orioles, really not going anywhere this year, too. He's going to be a free agent, I believe. Still a young player, probably hasn't even reached his prime yet. And I know a lot of teams are going to want him. There's talk of the Atlanta Braves making a push. And, there's a team right there. You talk about a team that's really surprising this year. Pieces have come together, and they've played well all season. But Machado could end up anywhere, too. The Mets, are they going to, sell off some of their really good young pitchers, the Jacob deGroms of the world? Are they going to get traded this year? Mets have a lot of pieces there, too, and when it comes to pitching. They don't have much hitting to deal with, so maybe the Mets start a fire sale, too. We'll see. Last year was Sonny Gray going to the Yankees. I think this year Machado, maybe Jacob deGrom, they're the guys to look for this year.
All right, Dave. Well, thanks for your time. I know we worked you hard here. 2 segments this week we got out of you, Dave, and thank you for your time. Remember, everyone, that you can read Dave's articles in the Standard Speaker, and remember to keep watching us here on SSP TV News. Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. Cancer Survivor Celebration, Food, Fun, and Hope will be held on Wednesday, June 20th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Cancer Treatment Center at Hazleton. Today is your last day to RSVP for this event. So to RSVP, you can email the email on your screen, or you can call 570-459-3460. Alexis P. Sutter will be performing at the Mauch Chunk Opera House tonight. Doors open at 7 p.m. Showtime is 8 p.m. If you purchase your ticket tonight at the door, tickets are $25. And on today's social report with National Dump the Pump Day on Thursday, June 21st, where APTA and the public transportation industry will be coming together. And on this day, you may ride free on all Hazleton public transit routes. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSP TV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Louis J. Chomo of Whitehall. Mass is Saturday at 11:30 a.m. at St. Peter's Catholic Church in Coplay. Friends may call Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. at the Brew Baker Funeral Home in Coplay. Jerome A. Lightman of Drums. Services will be held at a later date under the Harmon Funeral Home in Drums. And Norman H. McLaughlin of Tamaqua. Services will be private under the Zitzelman Gula Funeral Home in Tamaqua. Attention pay-per-view subscribers! If you see your name now on SSP TV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is David Harper of Frackville. Call now and leave a message at 570-455-7267 extension 104 for your free movie. Before we head out for the weekend, just wanted to wish all the fathers out there a happy Father's Day, but remember that no one's father is better than my father. Well, have a good weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.